Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interest of Montgomery County seniors. This month we learn about low vision library resources available through a Maryland State Library program. And we will speak with the chair of the Commission on Aging about the Commission's priorities for seniors and age-friendly living. But first, we will talk with Margit Meissner, a Holocaust survivor and a longtime volunteer with the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Well, welcome to Seniors Today, Margit. Wonderful that you could come here. We've known each other a long time. I can remember we first met when the PTA world, when you were the first chair, I think, of the Special Needs Committee?
Right, that is correct.
So that's about 45 years ago.
Yes.
And since then you also, you had a career with the school system for about 20 years,
yes.
Helping high school kids who had disabilities
to become employed.
Yes,
I'm very proud of that. I think that's the greatest achievement of my life.
Really? Wow.
That I helped create an organization called Transcend, which really makes sure that the graduating seniors don't sit in their living rooms, but are out in the world and are employed.
And then you also was a volunteer with an organization you created, Voices Against Violence.
I helped create, yes, because I felt that there was too much violence in the world, too much violence in the school system, and that one had to combat that.
But for the last, I guess it's 14 years you've been a volunteer with the Holocaust?
Yes.
But you have a story that you tell there, I know, and you've written this wonderful book, Margit's Story, that tells the story. Give us a little insight. I know that you were in Paris and you were about 18?
Yeah, well, so very quickly, I was born in Austria but raised in Czechoslovakia. And when Hitler invaded Austria in 1938, I was 16 and I was in Prague, but excuse me, my mother didn't think I was safe in Prague. So she decided I should go to Paris, and she found me a family that took me in. And I was going to become a dressmaker, because if we lost all our assets, I had to make a living somehow. And I went to dressmaking school in Paris. And when the war started in 1939, my mother had come to Paris to be with me, but we became enemy aliens because we were part of Germany, and Germany was at war with France. And eventually my mother got deported by the French to a French concentration camp near the Spanish border. And I was in Paris by myself, and with the little money I had, I bought myself a bicycle and left Paris on a bicycle the day before the Germans entered. And by miracle, I found my mother, and by more miracle, we escaped to the south of France. But the French would not let us leave, although we had a Spanish visa. They would not let us leave. So eventually we walked across the Pyrenees from France to Spain and got caught by the Spanish police and put in a Spanish jail. But again, with miraculous friends, we were able to leave, and we then were in Portugal for 6 months, where we again miraculously got an American immigration visa, and almost to the day of 3 years since I left Prague, we came to the United States.
And how do you think that experience affected your life?
Well, it changed my life completely. First of all, I was a very well-behaved, very socialized young lady, and I became a citizen who started thinking about how the world was put together and the kind of original sort of thoughts I have had about who I was. I became very much more open and really believing that I had a responsibility in the world.
So you meet with lots of different groups at the Holocaust Museum. I know you meet with children's groups. What are the lessons of the Holocaust that you want future generations to know?
Well, first of all, I want people to be aware of what goes on in the world so that they can participate. And if they see any kind of prejudice or anti-Semitism or bullying in their own communities, they can't just say, it's none of my business and walk away. They have to commit themselves to helping situations like this and to make sure that they help conflict situations be resolved in non-violent ways. So that's one thing. The other thing I want to tell people is that they should take risks in their lives. I think it's important to take a risk, and even if you fail, it doesn't matter, because you can pick yourself up and you've learned something. And I think it's much better to try and fail than never to try again. And then I am a perpetual learner, so I keep learning something new every time I go someplace, and I think that's a very good way of being. So I am very curious, and I think young people should be curious, so that's the only way they're going to find out more about the world. So these are the things that I try to leave with the students whom I interact with.
Now, it's not a secret that you're 96 years old.
No, it is not a secret.
So what is the secret to your longevity?
I'm curious. I keep learning. I exercise quite a bit and regularly, sometimes not gladly, but I keep on doing it. I try to eat reasonably, and I have lots of love in my life, and that is very important.
You have a lot of friends, I know that. You also gave a recent talk to medical students, and I think you talked about the invisible issues of aging. What is it?
Yes, well, you see, people think, well, she's 96 and look how well she walks. Mm-hmm. Well, I walk pretty well, but I have all kinds of handicaps for being that are associated with old age. First of all, I'm very deaf, so I can't, in lectures, for example, I can't hear what people are saying if they don't speak directly in front of me. I have trouble with reading, reading signs. I read much more slowly because my visual perception in my brain doesn't work well, so I see something and before I understand what it says, it's gone.
But in spite of all that, you really have, I think, are amazing. I want to read to you what you wrote in this book 15 years ago when you wrote your story. You said, "I believe that I have lived as fully as one can, and if I have regrets, they are overshadowed by successes."
Well, I think I would, that if I can't remember that I wrote that 15 years ago, because I have never been able to read this book after it was published. I think I really should read it. I read a little piece of it, and I thought it was really quite good.
It is. It's a great book, and you can get it on Amazon still.
Well, it sells very well at the Holocaust Museum. But I think one has to try things, and if you are successful, then it really adds to the reservoir of good feelings.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with all of us. You've been a wonderful role model for all of us. Thank you so much, Margit.
Thank you for having me.
When we return, we will learn about low vision library resources, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. The mission of the Maryland State Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped is to provide comprehensive library services to the eligible residents of the state of Maryland. Here to tell us about the many resources available is Ashley Biggs. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the role of the library for the blind.
Well, the role for the Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped is primarily to provide accessible reading materials to those who are unable to read standard print. So this means if you have low vision, no vision, physical impairments, or organic impairments that prevent you from reading a book, we can provide you accessible formats, audio, braille, large print, and we do so at no cost. We also provide accessible technology training as well as cooperative services with public libraries across the state.
So you're located in Baltimore,
Yes.
but you service the whole state.
We serve the entire state.
And I see you have this what I call gadget here, but I know a little bit about it. Tell us a little bit. That's a wonderful.
It is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. This machine allows you to listen to audiobooks and magazines provided by the National Library of Congress, and it's completely portable. It weighs about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. It comes with a handy-dandy remote, and it's simple to use. Has a battery life about 30 hours, 29 to 30 hours. After that, you plug it in and charge it.
And it's free.
Yes.
This is what so it's provided by the Library of Congress throughout the country.
Yes.
Now, how does one go about accessing this? If you
To sign up for our services, what you want to do is fill out an application, which you can find on our website, which is lbph.maryland.gov, or you can call the library directly at 410-230-2424. And we will send you out an application. You fill out the application. You have a certifying authority like a doctor or a medical professional, social worker, someone who you've worked with that can certify that you meet the criteria for the service, and that's it. We send you a player. The whole process takes about 2 weeks.
So if somebody goes into one of our libraries, they could ask the librarian about all of the services as well.
Yes, we work very closely with Montgomery County Public Libraries, and their librarians there can walk you through the process.
Now, I think your title was Outreach Coordinator, so that must mean you go about the state.
I do. I get to travel. I've met so many awesome people, and I've talked to so many different groups. It's fun.
And have you been in Montgomery County with the groups?
I have. I've been to a couple of low vision support groups at some senior care living centers. And I've been working with the Department of Aging to go to senior centers around the state.
I know I think you mentioned before we went on Brook Grove and Asbury. You were.
Yeah.
You've also mentioned that there's something called a technology user group. What is that?
So the Technology User Group is a wonderful free service that we provide. It's run by our Accessible Technologies librarian. He's the person you would contact to train on accessible technologies such as computers and phones. But every month between March and November, he provides a topic of discussion, and a group of 15 to 30 people get together and they talk about how that service affects them, what they would like to see, how to use that service. And one of his big missions is not just having it in Baltimore, but providing recorded sessions so you can go back and listen later on, and to visiting other locales across the state.
So he also may come to Montgomery County?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is technology. We're talking about the iPhone or the computer? Or
iPhone, computers, Android devices. He recently did one on the updates to the Amazon Echo and how you can use it if you have low vision. This last month, they discussed Windows Narrator and how to use the new Windows Narrator that came out with Windows 10.
Well, in fact, there was an article in the paper just recently about, you mentioned the Echo.
Yeah.
It's Alexa that's become very popular and helpful, and I can imagine for people with low vision.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what are the most common requests that you do get?
In terms of materials, we of course get the very popular request, would you send us books by Robin Carr, would you send us books by James Patterson, things like that. We also get requests for events and programs that are accessible to those who have low vision or physical impairments. We get requests from parents and grandparents of children who have low vision and no vision. And a lot of times it's people who are interested in our downloading service, where you download books, audiobooks, and magazines directly to your smart device.
So you're a terrific resource. You want to give that phone number again?
It's 410-230-2424.
Well, thanks so much for coming in.
It's fun.
When we come back, we'll close the show today with the work of the Commission on Aging.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Be active, Montgomery. Woo! Be active, Montgomery. Be active, Montgomery. Be active, Montgomery.
If you think someone might be considering suicide or drugs, be the one to help them by taking these 5 steps. Ask, keep them safe, be there, help them connect, follow up. If you're struggling, call Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK or the 24-hour crisis center at 240-777-4000. Be the one to help. Learn more at BeTheOne.org.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. My guest is Montgomery County Commission on Aging Chair Isabelle Schoenfeld. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And congratulations on being a chair.
Thank you, Weston.
So tell our audience a little bit, what is the role of the Commission on Aging?
So the Commission on Aging's major role is to advise and advocate on the health and safety and well-being of older adults in the county.
And it's been doing that for quite a while. Each year you develop a list of priorities. Share with us what are the priorities, budget priorities, I guess they really are.
Right. So for this year's budget priorities are the first significant one is on affordable housing.
And that's a biggie.
That is a biggie. Yes, it is, a statistic that is given is that the county is 50,000 units short in affordable housing in general, not just for older adults, but it does affect older adults quite clearly. And about 18% of older adults who are 65 and older have less than $20,000 of income a year.
Wow.
Yes. And another interesting statistic is that 25% of homeowners pay more than 30% of their income for their house, and 51% of renters pay more than 30% of their income on housing.
Issue,
so it's a formidable issue. Yes.
So the Commission has been advocating for that, and you did a study on that.
We did a summer study on that, on the preservation and expansion of affordable housing in the county, and we developed some recommendations, and we're continuing to look at that issue through our Aging in Place and Community and Planning Committee. We're trying to identify different options for affordable housing. There are many different types of programs that exist in different communities across the country, and we're wanting to explore those options.
So what are some of the other priorities?
So other priorities are related to the most vulnerable adults in our county, and we are advocating for additional positions because the need has grown for the long-term care ombudsman's program, a full-time position there, a full-time position with the public guardianship program, a fraud investigator program in the state's attorney's office. Those are three significant needs. Also respite care, additional money for the respite care house, and also for increasing the wage of direct care workers in respite care.
All important issues.
Yes.
You've been on the Commission for a number of years. What do you see as some of the major accomplishments that the Commission has had?
Yes, well, I'm always delighted to talk about accomplishments, and I think there have been significant ones. I'll start with the Community for a Lifetime, the Senior Agenda. That was published in 2012. It was endorsed by the County Executive and the County Council. And it described what objectives we'd like to meet in about 7 different areas that affect seniors' life in the county. And it's a living document, so it's still true today, and we look at things against that document in terms of progress. And
it was such an important initiative that
yes.
it really brought everything together.
Yes, yes. And what we find is that it really hit on the right things, because following that, as you know, we've become an age-friendly county. And that was as a result of 2 commission studies that we did where we looked at communities for a lifetime across the country. We looked at the age-friendly, the World Health Organization's age-friendly international network of communities. And we advocated to have Montgomery County become an age-friendly community because it also has 10 different areas, 10 different domains they're called, that counties or communities need to meet in order to be an age-friendly county. And Mr. Leggett just did apply. We applied and we became certified as an age-friendly county. And just recently, we learned from the World Health Organization and the AARP, who is the U.S. representative here for the WHO, that our certification has been extended another 3 years, which is really great news.
So there are these work groups that continue
Yes.
to meet in the various areas, and
Yes.
commission members are members of
That's
this work
right.
group.
That's right. And there's an advisory group as well, comprised of county department heads and people from the private sector and the
And
for-profit,
you're a-
nonprofit
you're a
sector.
member of that group,
And I'm a
mm.
member of that group, and commissioners, as you say, are members of the 10 working groups.
And in March you will have held a stakeholders
That's
meeting,
right.
which is to have the community get more informed about the work of these.
That's right.
So actually, I guess anybody from the community can come to a commission meeting, can't they?
Oh yes, all our meetings are open to the public. We have 4 committees. The committees meet monthly. Aging in Place and Community and Planning Committee, the Health Planning and Supports and Community Housing Community-Based Services Committee, Public Policy Committee, and Communications Committee. And we also have a full commission meeting monthly, and
Which is open to the public. yeah.
all these meetings are open to the
So
public.
how
We
do you
welcome
find out-
stakeholders.
How do you find out about the work of the commission? Is there
Well,
is there a website? Or?
there's a website. You just need to go to Montgomery County, Maryland, and type in Commission on Aging, and we have our own website. And it has a lot of good information on there, including our annual reports, the senior agenda, the agendas for the meeting, the minutes for the meetings,
Right, so you have your,
et
the
cetera.
next would be May, there'll be a May meeting and a
That's
June,
right.
June meeting, and then over the summer
That's
you're
right.
at,
And we are anticipating having some work to do over the summer as well.
not idle. So who belongs to the commission? How did you get interested in, what is your background?
So my background, I sort of feel like I'm coming full circle because about 35 years ago, I got a master's in public administration, and my concentration was urban affairs. But in fact, my career took a different path, and I was hoping to work in local government or public interest group. But I landed up working for the federal government in a different discipline. And it wasn't until after I left the federal government, after 25 years, that I became involved in learning about Montgomery County government, primarily through the Senior Leadership Montgomery program. My class did a project that I co-chaired on transportation services in the county and how they're communicated to older adults. And I learned a great deal about the county government, and it led me to become certified as an aging in place specialist by the National Association of Home Builders, and also an executive certificate on home modifications from the University of Southern California Andrus Gerontology Center.
So we're about out of time, but
Okay.
it's a great story, and your colleagues on the commission have the similar stories to tell, I think.
That's right.
Well,
That's
thanks
right.
so much for coming
Well,
in.
thank you. My pleasure.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.